This is the true story of 10 strangers picked to live in a kingdom, work together and have their lives taped, to find out what happens when creatures stop being polite and start getting real. The real world, far-off kingdom.
I decided to make some jam for the other members of the kingdom. When I got to the tailor's, he was totally anal about the appearance of the jam. Finally, he agreed to buy some. He yelled out, "Now my God bless my jam." Such a pretentious asshole.
I want to make sure the jam was up to my high standards. It's hard to pick up on the true talents of anyone in this town. The jam seemed okay, so I agreed to take some. She should be thankful. There are way too many animals in this damn town. I was working on my clothes and the flies got all up in my jam. I was not about to let any of those flies get any of my jam, and it turned out it was quite tasty. I made quick work of the 7 flies that were on the jam. I was really happy with myself, so I screamed out, "You're quite a man. The entire kingdom should know about this." In my excitement, I sewed myself a celebratory belt. 7 with 1 blow. That's pretty sweet. The entire kingdom should know who's in charge.
I was lying around on a mountain since I can't fit in any of these cottages. You'd think the producers would have considered this before casting, but whatever. The tailor walked past me looking smug as hell. I called him a miserable creature to get his attention.
Who does he think he is calling me a miserable creature? At least I don't have to spend all my time outside. I think he was just intimidated by my awesome belt. He picks up this rock and squeezes it until water comes out. He tells me to do the same. So I took out some of my cheese and squeezed it. The giant's so dumb he fell for it.
I don't know how he was able to do that. So I picked up a stone and threw it so high he could barely see it.
That bastard called me a midget and told me to do the same. So I take a bird and throw it into the air. Again, the giant didn't know any better.
I still don't know how this midget was able to do everything. Finally, I asked him to grab a piece of fruit from a tree I pulled down. When he went in to reach for it, the tree flung back and he flew up into the air. I knew he wasn't as strong as he looked.
So what? My hand slipped. I'm certainly strong enough to hold on to that tree. The giant told me I should sleep in the cave with him. I didn't know if this was a pickup line or not, but I agreed to it. The bed they gave me was a bit large, so I got up to sleep in the corner. Around midnight, the giant took an iron bar and smashed the bed. He thought I was in. Just I'm too smart to get killed by him. When the giant saw me the next day, he looked pretty pissed.
He didn't die? What the fuck?
I wanted to get away from those damn giants. I walked around for hours and hours, and the heat got so bad, I fainted.
We were doing our morning duty for the king, and we found a random dude had fallen outside. He had this belt on that said 7 with 1 blow. At first, I thought it was a sexual reference.
Are you really that stupid?
Okay, upon further consideration, I realized he was probably a soldier. We decided that the king would best figure out what to do with him. We weren't going to risk ourselves against him. I couldn't send the tailor away for fear that he might attack me. I decided to give him an impossible task. The reward would be my daughter and half of the kingdom. Never in my wildest dream did I imagine he would actually be able to complete the task.
The king told me that I had killed 2 giants in the forest that were giving him problems. I already know that the giants are dumb as stone, so I didn't think this would be too much of an issue. I know it appears that we were destroying the city, but we were simply trying to travel through the kingdom. It's impossible to walk through such a small town when you're our size. Really, it's not our fault.
We were told to go with the tailor to help him kill the giants. If you think we were going to mess with the giants, then you're crazy. The tailor told us to stay behind while he went to fight the giants. I was not going to complain.
Using stones to get the giants to think they were hitting each other. They beat the holy hell out of each other. I just sat there and laughed. The battle was a hard one, that's for sure.
I was not about to marry this guy. I pleaded with Daddy, and he agreed to give the tailor a second task.
I didn't even know unicorns were real, but I wasn't going to get ruined by such a lame creature.
I was getting real sick of people coming to see me as if I was some sort of freak show. That's why my temper was starting to get the best of me, and I was causing some destruction to the city.
We were sent back out with the tailor to perform another task. When I signed up to be a knight, I was not expecting this, but we had to go.
The unicorn is really fast, but I was able to trick it into running into a tree. Do I really look that much like a tree? I captured the unicorn and brought it back to the kingdom.
No one had ever captured the unicorn before, and the tailor played it off like it was nothing. I gave him one more task and asked him to capture a wild boar. It had been causing me a lot of problems. I've been going crazy because I haven't been able to get enough food. I haven't meant to cause any damage, it just kind of happened.
At this point, I really don't think anything can stop me from getting what I deserve. I was certainly not going to back down from this last task. I told the king, "This is child's play," and set off for the final task of my knights. I'm getting too old for this shit. The boar attacked me, but I was able to trap him inside of a house. He was so fat he couldn't get out. Really wasn't that hard.
At this point, there was nothing my father could do. I had to marry this man. When I learned that he was only a lowly tailor, I got furious.
Finally, I get to be king. My wife is treating me like crap, though.
I can't blame my daughter for being upset for being forced into this marriage. Therefore, I tried to get the tailor removed from the kingdom permanently.
One of my bros warned me that the king was going to carry out some plan to have me removed as king of the other half of the kingdom. I yelled out, "I killed 2 giants and trapped a unicorn and a boar. Does the king really think that his servants will be able to capture me? I mean, is this for real?" This scared those men and they ran away. No one is going to dare mess with me. My reign will be undisturbed.
All I did was sell him some jam. I'm sorry.